I used to be very afraid of my inner void, and I would go to all measures necessary to avoid feeling that deep internal pain. And no matter what I did in life, I always felt like the void was following me, and my depression would always creep back into my life, and I'd tumble down and feel like I was drowning. But then I learned that the void, my pain, is not something to be feared. When we view our inner void as a source of guidance, transformation, and expansion, this is how we change our lives for good. The void within you is a built-in tool for transforming our pain into love and magic. Because when you can face the unfaceable, nothing scares you anymore. There are no parts of you that feel too broken to love. This is freedom. This is an essential and sacred journey that every person must face in life if they are to expand. Childhood trauma left a really big inner void in me. It left me feeling unwanted, unlovable, and worthless. And over the past 27 years of my life, I've gotten really familiar with my inner void. And through facing my void over and over again, I learned something huge that transformed my relationship with it and changed my entire life. Let me break down to you how your inner void works. Our instinct is to fill the void rather than to face it, because to face it would be too overwhelmingly painful. So, to avoid the pain, we fill the void with external things. We try to cover up the fact that the void is even there. I filled my inner void with all kinds of things throughout my life, hoping to numb the pain. Sex, clothing, makeup, shopping, eating, smoking, working, the list goes on and on and on. But you see, it's called a void because it can't be filled by anything, at least not by anything external. We learn that no matter how much we try to fill our inner void, it's still going to be there, and the thing that we put on top of it to cover it up isn't going to give us the lasting relief that we crave. I used to believe that if I could just find a man who could understand me so deeply, who would always be there for me no matter what, then I wouldn't have to face my pain anymore. Because he could be the one that fills the cold emptiness that exists within me. And I wouldn't have to deal with my deep loneliness or longing for love anymore. My whole life, I was on a mission to find the one. But the illusion that a partner could fill my inner void was shattered when I got into my first truly safe relationship, the relationship I'm in right now. He gives my inner child everything she needs to feel safe, delighted, and cherished. And even in this relationship where my partner understands me so deeply, where he accepts all parts of me, it still has never felt like enough, and I am always searching and desperate for more. Throughout our relationship, my depression and feelings of powerlessness would always creep back into my life. He was always there to support me through it, but I realized that no amount of his love or support could fill that empty void that exists within me. No amount of external love and support can substitute a strong inner base of safety, self-acceptance, and self-trust. And this is what I was missing in my life. It is wrong to project a savior complex onto your partner because that isn't loving the true version of them. It's loving a projected version of them that we formed in our heads. We are happy when we receive the hits of love and validation we need from our partners, but what happens when our partner no longer has the capacity to give us that love and validation? That's when we suffer. When your entire sense of safety and well being is tied to something external, that external thing can always be taken away from you, and it has power over you for that reason. You will always need that external thing to feel okay inside, and that is a very precarious way to live. If you choose to perpetuate this narrative that you need your partner's love to feel okay inside, you will assume a position of helplessness so that you can play out this narrative, so that you can finally feel like you're being saved in your life. Maybe your parents failed you when you were young. Maybe you have a history of relationships where partners fail you. And so you desperately try to recreate this scenario. You try to create a scenario where you are the one who's finally being saved by someone. And recreating this scenario isn't fair to your partner, and it isn't fair to you. True love does not involve any kind of manipulation, control, or power imbalance. Imagine two people coming together rooted in the knowing that they are their own saviors. Two wholes coming together is so much stronger than two halves coming together. I no longer see myself as someone who needs a partner in order to feel complete. I am 100% whole on my own, and so are you. The narrative of helplessness holds us back in so many ways. It is a barrier to expansion and shining the fullest potential of our light in the world. When we can face our inner pain and prove to ourselves that we can be our own saviors, this is how we form an unbreakable base of strength and power within us, and that can never be taken away from you. We come to realize that no matter what life gives to us, we can handle it because we are strong and we are rooted in the knowing that we are strong and we are capable. Whatever shitty situation life gives to us, we can transform our pain and suffering into power by choosing to view it as something that makes us stronger, by choosing to view it as something that deserves our presence and our compassion. By looking our pain in the face, we become rooted in the knowing that we can handle it. We are strong and we are powerful. This inner strength can never be taken away from you by another person or the outside world because it exists inside of you. It lasts forever. When we give temporary things to the void, they will always fall right through it and disappear. But when we truly give our energy to the void, this true giving of your energy will change your life. When we give our sincere energy, our love, our compassion, our presence to our void, this energy transforms the void from a barren place to a place that is filled with something that lasts. We transform the void from a place that takes energy from us to a place that gives back to us, to a place that stores pain and then transforms it into love. Instead of falling right through, what you give to the void always returns back to you. And this is how you transform the void into something magical. Something that you never have to be afraid of feeling or facing. And when we approach our relationships from this point of view, we can truly give to the other person because we are giving from a place of inner abundance rather than emptiness. We don't have to hide ourselves anymore or manipulate our partner into only seeing certain sides of us because we accept and love all parts of us, and we know that all parts of us deserve love and acceptance. At the same time, this allows us to see our partners for who they truly are, rather than the projected version of them we create in our minds. They are no longer our saviors, someone who we project our own power onto. They are our equals. When we approach life from this perspective, it changes the way we do everything. It changes the reason behind why we do all the things we do. We no longer need to do anything to validate our worth. There's nothing to cover up or hide, because we recognize that we are already whole and worthy exactly as we are in this moment. I want to clarify that living this way doesn't mean that you won't feel pain or suffering in your life, but it does transform the way you deal with your pain and suffering. The goal in life is never to avoid your pain. The goal in life is to change your relationship with pain, to view it as something that doesn't take away your power, but gives you power because you have the choice and capacity to deal with it differently and to view it from a different light. When you give your pain your sincere presence, validation, and compassion, it will always give back to you. It will give you love, joy, creativity, and inner abundance. When we give our pain these things, we will feel resourceful. We will feel like we can navigate life's challenges. Giving our presence, compassion, and validation to our pain is a skill that needs to be practiced just like anything else. And it starts in this very moment right here. Treat yourself like you would a parent who treats their child who is suffering. This is how you should always be looking at yourself. Your inner child can't feel safe. They can't trust you if there is no strong, resilient, resourceful inner parent inside of you. When you can be that unconditionally loving inner parent who accepts and loves all versions of you, this is how you transform the pain within your inner void. This is how you transform yourself from the helpless victim to the savior you've always craved.